fantasy footballers. It is I, your dutiful commissioner, here with a Week 9 recap of our Triangle Townies Fantasy Football League. Very good week as always. Not much to say except we're here for a second straight week. The videos are going to keep rolling in. I told you guys I'd be more committed to this, and I am. So without further ado, let's jump right into some of the Week 9 scores. It was a big statement week from good old Big Newton here, continuing the good feelings and going to 9-0. A 154.8 to 120.3 victory over House Autry. Would have been the most points in the league, but we'll get to that later. Rex, in effect, a very needed win here as we're trying to break up some of the clutter in the middle of this league. A 125.5 to 99.3 victory over the Wichita Lawn Pigs. Kurt Cusick's team taking a big loss there. Have to rebound next week. The New Zealand Kiwi Birds have officially eliminated the Triangle Firebirds from the playoff race with a 139.3 to 119 victory. Sorry, Joe, Delaney Walker had a nice day for you with some lucky touchdowns there, but it's not going to be enough. You're going to take the loss. You're going to have to sit this one out for the playoffs. We go back to the highest scoring team in the league this week, Mr. Paul Blart Mallcop. It is 163.5 to 118.8 victory over Deb's team Shockley. Aaron Rodgers, his new acquisition there, really putting up a monstrous outing, making up about a third of his points there, I guess. So a big pickup for him. And we move lastly to the Hershey Bears and the Durham Bison. This game didn't even need to be played. It was a little closer than I probably would have expected, but a 133.3 to 88.5 victory for Jordan's Durham Bison. That means, Jay, you have sadly been eliminated from the playoffs as well. We'll break down each of the individual matchups here in a second. But I do want to congratulate the Big Newton, myself, House Autry, the Wichita Lawn Pigs, Rex in Effect, the New Zealand Kiwi Birds, Team Shockley, Paul Blart Mallcop, and the Durham Bison for making the inaugural playoff push. This is the first year that we have not had some teams in the final playoff picture. So congratulations, guys. And as far as Joe's Triangle Firebirds, Jay's Hershey Bears, use it as motivation for next year. So it was a good news, bad news week for my Big Newton team. A big victory over House Autry. He was really scaring me there. But I will take the W. Not without both of our starting quarterbacks going down with injuries. Ben Roethlisberger's out for the second time this year. Andrew Luck, of course, has been dealing with something, cracked ribs or whatnot. He is now officially out. Dion Lewis was lost for the season. Can't seem to keep a healthy stable of running backs. But hey, maybe all the bad luck has finally changed. Also, my bench outscored Josh's team. 129 points left there on the bench. Marcus Mariota had himself a day. But hey, couldn't have not played Ben Roethlisberger there. So we move on. I thought maybe the Saints defense was facing a depleted Tennessee team, which is why I didn't play Marcus Mariota. But hey, I should have just left it blank. Would have got me more points. Luck had a nice day. Murray had a nice day. The Jets defense really stepped up for Josh, but not enough though, as Big Newton takes the victory. Next, we're going to move on to the Wichita Lawn Pigs and Rex and Effect. Drew Brees had a nice outing there as Tosh finally wised up and put that 7-touchdown machine in as his starting quarterback. Andy Dalton, no schlump on the bench there with 32 points, but 45 out of Brees. Can't ask for much more than that. Never good when your kicker gets negative points, but LeGarrette Blount, Mark Ingram, solid running back duo there, and Jonathan Stewart, more than enough made up for it. Kurt, just not a good day all the way around. Randall Cobb had himself a nice day. I think he caught one of those long touchdown passes in the comeback effort from Green Bay. Greg Olsen had a touchdown in that game as well. Although you do have that hidden gem, James Starks, on the bench there. I think I saw the report he's the new running back, new starting running back there in Green Bay. So you never know. Kurt could be a force to be reckoned with in the playoffs. Tweak that lineup around a little bit. We'll see. So that concludes that matchup. Taj, once again, the big victory there. Let's move on to the avian matchup of the decade. Ed Joe's Triangle Firebirds, Amanda's New Zealand Kiwi Birds. Amanda continuing to get solid production out of people like Blake Bortles, Lamar Miller, and D'Angelo Williams. If you'd have told me those three would have carried a team at the beginning of this season, I'd have called you nuts. Dwayne Harris with 0. Brent Selleck with 0. Eddie Lacy, the first overall pick, with 0. As he's going to get benched in favor of James Starks. But don't worry, Amanda. More than enough covered that with an almost 140-point effort out of your team. Tom Brady cannot carry a team alone. Maybe in real life he can, but not in fantasy football, my friends. As not a great season, Joe. Maybe you should actually show up to the draft next year and draft your team. That way, we might be talking about a different result. But Delaney Walker had a nice day. A lot of people in the single digits there, which is just not a good sign. So, sorry, man, but you're going to have to be on the outside looking in for the playoffs this year. Let's move on now to Deb's Team Shockley and Mike's Paul Blart Mall Cop squad. Mike went out and got Aaron Rodgers. He did it. He passed through the vetoes and he got himself a legitimate quarterback. And that is exactly the kind of effort he was hoping for out of his guy. Putting up the most points in the league this week, 52 out of Aaron Rodgers, 163.5 for Mike's team in general. Man, that's a big one. He's going to be a tough out in the playoffs now. Taking out Team Shockley, Matt Ryan had a nice day. Todd Gurley continues to be a beast. Devontae Freeman was held in check for the most part of this game, but still a nice 16-point outing from him. Couldn't really alter anything there, Deb. Very solid 118.8 day, but you ran into Mike when he bamboozled Aaron Rodgers out of Jason's team. So, sorry about that, Deb, but Paul Blart is going to take the victory here. So we move on to the matchup that I said wouldn't even need to be played. You got the Durham Bison, who has just been slaughtering teams all season. And you got the Hershey Bears, who has been struggling to put up any points this year. Jay, man, I can't believe you played the Packers defense against the Panthers. I'm glad you got negative points there. As of course my Panthers squad was going to put up about 37 points on them. Had a lot of points left there on the bench there, Jay. It's not good when your bench outscores your starting lineup. 110 points on the bench. Not great. And Jordan, shame on you for starting Philip Rivers over Cam Newton. Of course, we went to go see Cam play live. You knew he was going to have a big day. 4 touchdowns. You got a little lazy in the fourth quarter with that pick. But, man, a nice 42-point outing day out of him. Danny Woodhead and Richard Rodgers, solid contributions. But, I can't fault you for starting Rob Gronkowski over Richard Rodgers, man. No fault there. So, Jordan with another big victory, moving him to 8-1. Second place in the league behind yours truly. But let's take a look at what we might be facing next week. We've got the marquee matchup of the week. Yes, it's Big Newton and Durham Bison battling it out for first place overall.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Yes, Nature Boy himself said it the best. If you want to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And whoever wins this matchup between Jordan and myself will be the man. Does a team go undefeated? Who knows? We'll see. 9-1 is the best Jordan can be. 9-1 is the worst I can be. He would get me on the tiebreaker, so this is a huge matchup. We do move on to another big matchup, Wrexham affecting the New Zealand Kiwi Birds. Just because first place isn't on the line doesn't mean playoff seeding implications aren't. Both teams 4-5 and looking to improve on their standings in the playoffs, making it to be an easier road ahead. Next up, Hershey Bears, Paul Blart Mall Cop. Nothing really to be decided here. I think Mike has locked up the 4 seed, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am, somebody just please tell me. Hershey Bears already been eliminated. House Autry, Wichita Lawn Pigs. Another big, pretty crucial matchup on Kurt's side. Josh has already locked up the 2 seed. Kurt looking to improve to 4 wins. Finally, last but not least, Team Shockley, Triangle Firebirds. Joe already been eliminated, so once again, this is a team just trying to improve their playoff seeding. So there you have it. You'll notice the commissioner did a wardrobe change. Hey, that's just how we roll here in the Triangle Townies Fantasy Football League. But anyway, there you have it. Those are the matchups for Week 10. It's the last week. This is technically rivalry week. Had I known that some teams would have been better suited playing against each other, I would have changed it up a little bit, but who's to know? So I hope you all have had a great time this year in this league. Sadly, the regular season's coming to an end, but luckily the playoffs are upon us. Excuse me, a couple of really, really, really big matchups this week. Please make sure to take care, set your lineups. We do have a Thursday night game tonight. I think it's Jets-Bills, so if anybody's got either of those two squads going tonight, make sure you get the get the lineups all set. Now that being said, I do want to remind everybody of the dollar per loss mentality that we have here in this league. This is the first year we're doing this, so I do want to make everybody crystal clear. You are paying $1 for every loss that you have. So if you finish 7-3, you're going to owe $3 at the end of this year. If you finish 1-9, you owe $9 at the end of this year. If I manage to get by Jordan by some grace of a miracle, I won't owe any money. And that being said, if Jordan does beat me, which, let's be honest, he probably will, I will end up owing $1. So make sure to really take care of your team, even if you've been eliminated from the playoffs. $1 is on the line. What does $1 mean to you? Just throwing it out there. So, and I think that's about it, guys. It's been good. I always like doing these videos for you. If you have any suggestions, keep them to yourself. So that'll be about it for Week 9. We're wrapping it up. We'll move on to Week 10. Peace out, guys. It's been a pleasure.